This is tape number 4 in a video series that we're doing for YouTube on what is Calvinism, how does it relate to the Mennonite teaching, and number 3 got cut off a little bit. We're doing the last, an acronym in DAISY. You have a choice to continue to the end. Now, some people that believe eternal security say, you mean you can lose your salvation? Well, no, you don't lose it, but you can choose not to have it. Now, there's a big difference, because believers are eternally secure. Notice how I said that. As long as you continue in the faith, you are eternally secure. But you can choose to change your mind, change your actions, change your opinion, and walk away from God. Walk away from God's way of living. Walk away from moral laws. And if sin is in your life, you are in danger of not being in fellowship with God, because you're not putting the desires and affections and things on God. Jesus said the commandments can be summed up in this one thing: love the Lord your God with all your heart, love your neighbor as yourself. So as soon as you stop loving God, as soon as you stop wanting Him to lead your life, Jesus also said in John 10:27, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me, and I give eternal life to them. Now, some people have this idea, strange idea, that you say a little prayer and all of a sudden you're a Christian. Well, the Bible doesn't anywhere tell us that. Neither does the early church tell us that. Neither does any common sense tell us that. What it really says is, follow my commands, Jesus said, and my sheep hear my voice. Now, a sheep is not a lamb. I grew up in a farm. Lambs follow their mother. And so as you make a step to become a Christian and agree to follow Christ in all things, a sheep, an older sheep, should shepherd you, should guide you, let's put it that way, and train you how to hear God's voice for yourself. And Jesus said, they obey me. My sheep hear my voice and they follow me. Following Jesus is a condition to eternal life. You stop following Jesus, you lose the opportunity to have the eternal life. And so I think that common sense would tell us that yes, you can walk away from God. Now, is God's will always done? No, God's will is not always done. And Jesus tells us in Luke, talking about Jerusalem, I wanted to gather you together as a hen gathers her chicks, and you would not. In other words, we have free will. We can make a decision. He was talking about Israel in that case. They chose not to follow God, and we can do the same thing. So we can choose not to do God's will, even though He wants everyone in the world to understand He's a loving God, worthy to be followed. Now, what difference does this make? Well, it makes a big difference, because your view of the nature of God and man changes how you live your Christian life. Now, I want to admit right now that many people who claim to be Calvinists are following Jesus. They love Jesus. They just interpret the nature of God and man differently than I do. But they love Jesus. And I think that the problems that Calvinism creates is in how we interpret the character and nature of God. Now, on my website, I have a whole article on the nature and character of God. I have a little booklet that is being translated also into Spanish, and it's on there dealing with the nature and character of God. And when you see that, you will understand what the implications are for evangelism, for walking out the Christian life. Go to my website, www.ufreeweb.com-tim, T-I-M, S-A-U-D-E-R, Sauder, /. Now, if you put that in, you'll come to my website. You'll be able to read those articles and understand some of these implications. Of course, little videos only give you a taste. But it's important that we understand what we're talking about, because I think God's character is important. Muslims sometimes tell us that Allah is the same God as Christianity, and that is totally false based on the character of Allah. He's a God who allows lying, cheating in the name of religion. and commands his followers to kill people who don't agree with them. I don't believe that's our God.